three of the candidates, maybe four, or no, three will probably not be here. For Commissioner, Adam Dudziak has had a previous commitment for over a month. Morris Beveridge coaches soccer and won't be able to get here, although I kept his name up in case his game ends early. And Beth, whose name I can't pronounce, running for Clerk of Courts, also had a previous commitment. So we're going to begin with Carl DeFranco for Clerk of Courts. Since he's unopposed, he gets 3 minutes, but no rebuttal.
So good evening. Thank you to Beth and the League of Women Voters and to all of you for taking time out of your lives to come and listen to us tonight as candidates. My name is Carl DeFranco. I am the Republican candidate for the Lake County. Can you hear me back there? Okay. Republican candidate for the Lake County Clerk of Courts. Celebrating my 25th year as a licensed attorney, former judge, and I'm currently a mediator. I do a lot of civil disputes. Licensed in practice for the Supreme Court of the United States as well as all state courts in Ohio. I'm a member or former member of the American Bar Association, the Ohio State Bar Association, the Lake County Bar Association, Ohio Supreme Court Commission on Dispute Resolution, Ohio Supreme Court Commission on Criminal Sentencing, just to name form. I have volunteered with United Way, Legal Aid Society, YMCA for 10 years, St. Gabriel's Parish. I grew up in Concord and I'm still a resident of Concord. I went to St. Gabriel's, I went to Lake Catholic, then I went to Purdue University, BA, graduated magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa, then to Penn State, Dickinson School of Law for Law School, was on the Moot Court Board. I imagine most of you, other than Maureen, former clerk, don't know what the Clerk of Courts does. In a nutshell, you're the keeper of records. You're responsible for all the non-judicial operations of the courts. We saw Judge Rupel. There's 3 other general division common pleas judge, 1 special division, Judge Wachowski, and her 6 or 7 magistrates to do all the domestic relations filings. Then you have 5 appellate judges, as well as any appeals that would come through the Painesville Municipal Court, the Minnesota Municipal Court, the Willoughby Municipal Court. Essentially, any action, whether it's an indictment criminally, a civil action, divorce, starts in the Clerk of Court's office. You take the record, you disperse the record, and you preserve the record. You're also responsible for all the filing fees, all the fines, all the victim restitution, all the money goes to the Clerk of Courts, as well as the title to your vehicles, to the title bureaus and watercraft titles, etc. Now, one for Clerk of Courts, because I think that's where I could best serve Lake County. I have a unique experience of being both a former judge and an attorney. I know all the judges, I know a good number of the attorneys and the clerks that work in the office. I will certainly work with the judges on courthouse operations and technology innovation, and I will set the policy and strategy for the non-judicial operations of the court. And I will ensure that the workplace environment for the employees as well as the public is a very welcoming environment, both the clerk's office and the title bureaus. Again, my name is Carl DeFranco, and I would humbly ask for your vote in this election. Thank you.
The next office from which we will hear is for the County Recorder, and our first speaker by order of draw is Ann Denny.
Good afternoon, good evening, and thank you to the League of Women's Voters for having us tonight in Concord. My name is Ann Denny, and I'm running to be your next Lake County Recorder, and I've called Northeast Ohio my home my entire life. Currently, my family, my husband, and my son Parker are proud residents of Mentor. I bring to the table a diverse educational background, having attended Notre Dame Cathedral Latin High School, then going to earn a bachelor's in business and administration from the University of Dayton, and most recently an associate's degree from Lakeland Community College in nursing. Professionally, I hold credentials as a licensed title officer, a trusted notary public, and a dedicated registered nurse. These qualifications, coupled with my unwavering commitment to integrity and service, uniquely position me to effectively represent the interests of our community as recorder. Over the past 15 years, I've been dedicated to serving our community through the work at a local title company. This experience has endowed me with the precise expertise and insight necessary to excel as your next recorder. Being a title officer, I am accessing the records on a daily basis, and I understand the role the records play in real estate transactions. With this knowledge, I understand what title examiners, attorneys, realtors, and the public need to complete their work in a timely and efficient manner. I am running for Lake County Recorder because I feel I am the best person to position with my years of experience, not only utilizing the records on a day-to-day basis, but understanding the records. My goal is to provide seamless access to vital information while upholding the highest standards of accuracy and transparency. As recorder, I'd like to move forward and continue digitizing the records, ensuring information is available at your fingertips while still maintaining security. I'd also like to establish the Good Deeds program, which is a free deed review process for Lake County residents to help identify what type of deed they have and if that deed would transfer through probate court upon one's death. The probate court judge and or probate attorney could help explain different reasons as to why the real estate would be included in the estate. As recorder, I've explained how homeowners could then obtain a copy of their deed and any costs associated with filing a new deed or affidavit. I am proud to say that I have the support of many local title companies, title examiners, and the Lake and Geauga Area Association of Realtors. I am honored to embark on this journey with you, and I humbly ask for your vote as we work together to build a brighter future for Lake County. Thank you.
Our second speaker for the position is Becky Lynch.
Good evening, everybody. I love this room. It's one of my favorite fireplaces. Thank you all for coming out. I'm Becky Lynch. I'm your current Lake County recorder, and you elected me in 2016, so I've been in this job now, doing your recording services for 8 years. And luckily tonight, I just finished our October newsletter, which I put out every month, and it's very helpful to let you guys know what the recorder does. Does anyone here know what the recorder actually does? Okay, good, there's one. Recorder keeps the land records, your deeds, your mortgages, all of your real estate documents for the whole county. I am not an attorney. I am not a judge, a probate judge. I am not a title person. As a recorder, I'm responsible for entering the documents for real estate into the official record. So we are ministerial in nature, and we're pretty much the least political office in this county. So I'm sure you've run into lots of politics lately, but this is the least political office. So basically what your recorder does is keeps all of your land records since 1840. I haven't been doing it that long, but I've been doing it for 8 years. What else we do is the veteran ID card, which we issue for the state. And so when your veterans leave the military, they have a DD 214. They come in our office, they get that file for free, and when I discontinued, when I came into office, with any fee for that card. I don't charge our veterans any fees. The Good Deed program was not passed on to me, but I would definitely do that if it was a need of the community. The other thing we do, and I promote very much, is Property Fraud Alert. Now, Property Fraud Alert is an alert that you'll get if anything is filed in your name in our office. You've all seen those late night, 3 o'clock in the morning commercials that are scaring you into thinking someone's going to steal your house. Well, what we have in our system now, right now, and I've been trying to get all 114,000 parcels in our county registered, is the ability to have an alert when anyone files if someone would steal your deed or commit fraud, property fraud on you. You would get an alert so that you could inform your attorney or take action by calling our office. So I'm Becky Lynch. I have been your recorder for 8 years. I'd love to continue being your recorder, and so I proudly and happily and humbly ask you for your vote. Thank you.
I just want to reiterate the fact that the Good Deeds program is really vital to the community. I know being endorsed by the Lake and Geauga Area Association of Realtors, they've told me how important this program is to their clients, their families. It can really help people save a lot of money in the long run by avoiding probate court, a lot of time and a lot of money. Being in a title business for many years, I understand the process of probate and how taxing and exhausting it can be for family members. So to be able to offer this free program to our community, I believe is extraordinarily important. Again, it's a free program that I would offer, like I said, with a probate judge or a probate attorney to give the legal advice, and I would be there as the recorder to let them know how to get a copy of their deed, the costs associated with recording a new deed or affidavit. I just want to say again, I'm Ann Denny, and I'm running for your Lake County Recorder, not for the title, but because I care about the records. Thank you.
Becky, you have an additional 2 minutes?
Okay. I care about the land records, and I love Lake County Area Realtor Association. I've been here 8 years. If that program was so important to them, they could approach me and we could do it anytime. So, but it isn't free, because what you have to do is it's initiated by the probate judge. The probate judge and an attorney who needs to be able to review deeds gratis, pro bono. You have to find the right attorney that's going to spend the time to do that. So the program is not free to put on. It's free to the guests, but it's actually something you actually have to spend money and market to put on. I'm also going to say that full disclosure, I'm a member of the League of Women Voters. I'm also the Lake County Republican Party chairwoman, and I am endorsed by them. Also, I am endorsed by Buckeye Firearms, and I'm very pro-Second Amendment. So I'm pro-God, pro-life, and pro-gun. And I'm Becky Lynch, and I would love to continue to be your county recorder. Thank you.
Okay, there are 2 seats for commissioner that are open this fall. We have 2 of the 4 candidates, and they're not running against each other. So Mr. Brekovich is running for the office that will begin on January 2nd. His opponent is not here, so he gets 3 minutes. No rebuttal.
Thank you, Sue, and thank you once again to the League of Women Voters for hosting this. I was hoping that Jerry Kelleher and the state people would stay, but I guess they don't want to hear us. Typically in Jamie's room, when he has a fundraiser, he has me hugging my constituents, and so I didn't have to do that tonight, which is good for me. If you watch our meetings, you know what I'm talking about. I am Rich Brekovich. I am your current county commissioner. I ran 2 years ago for a non-expired term. I was glad to serve these 2 years. Before that, I grew up in Willowick. I raised my family in Willowick. And like Mr. Walker says, my wife is here of 35 years. I don't pick colors. I let her do that. Smart. So, what's always been part of me is to give back to the community. When I got involved politically, I was well into my 40s, but we were raising our children in Willowick, and I wanted to be part of that. I started a group called Hearts and Hammers, where we go to people's, mostly seniors, but anybody in need in Willowick that needed help with dump their houses, raking leaves, cleaning gutters, whatever we could do, put up handrails to have people age in their house and stay in their house safely, and give them the help that they need. Sometimes it's just a little bit. I'm proud to say that that program still is going strong. I then was talked into reluctantly serving on many boards by the then current mayor, Rich Bondi, and then he talked me into running for council. I ran my first council race and lost by 36 votes. It was a positive experience for me. I got to know my councilman. I got to meet a lot of people. And I was able to then get on council after that and get reelected. Unfortunately, Mayor Bondi passed away. I then took his spot as mayor. and then got reelected to that. What I learned as mayor is when you work together with the people around you, that you're more effective. So what was good for Northeast Ohio, what was good for the communities around me, was good for Willowick. Because we couldn't be all things to all people, we couldn't have industry, we couldn't do other things, but at East Lake could do it, we could do it, and then wanted to do that at the county level. So building the jail is a big part of that. Safety is first. I'm a big proponent for issue 1 here in Concord. Safety above all. If we don't have a safe county, a safe township, then I can't get businesses to go here. I can't get people to move here because they don't feel it's safe. So that's number 1. We've given our sheriff's department raises to be competitive in the market so that they can attract the most qualified people, and that has worked for us. And we've saved on overtime doing it. So thanks for listening to me, and I hope you support me going further.
There's a second seat of commissioners that begins on January 3rd, and Jean Sensi is going to speak to that one. 3 minutes.
Good evening, and thank you for the League of Women Voters for hosting once again, and also Concord for this lovely space. I want to start out by talking just a little bit about myself. I'm a lifelong resident of Lake County. I raised my daughter here, so my daughter is Amanda, and she married a lovely man named Dan, so I have a wonderful son-in-law also. I have 2 wonderful grandchildren. They're growing up in Perry. And my wonderful husband who's back here, who is my campaign manager, my sign planter. What else do you do? So he does everything for me. He's always here to support me. So I appreciate you. So again, I'm Jean Sensi, and I am running for Lake County Commissioner. And I want to speak to the bottom line here, which is single-party rule to some of our most critical, has been detrimental to some of our most critical organizations that improve the quality of our life, educate our citizens, improve access to health care, and support our small businesses. As a board member of Lake Tran, we heard time and time again from residents that needed to get to school, work, and health care, from businesses that workers needed the transportation or they would be unable to fill their shifts. We worked hard to engage the community to increase funding to expand those routes and services, because after all, Lake Tran is a public service organization. And now our all-Republican commissioners have appointed highly partisan trustees to the Lake Tran Board, who then made the decision to stop collecting on those voted on taxes. To stop the expansion and to satisfy a vocal minority, make no mistake, this hurts businesses and residents. As a Madison School Board member and the only Democrat, I am witness to the overly divisive talking points that distract from our core purpose, which is supporting policies and processes and keeping our children safe in our schools. We know that the education is critically important to our local economy and community safety, but our all-Republican commissioners have conspired to decimate Lakeland Community College. Lakeland is often the only avenue for our residents to get job training and education and in-demand jobs like healthcare and advanced manufacturing. As a nonprofit fundraising executive for 18 years, I have seen firsthand the true need in our community. We have seniors that need our help. We have true hunger, people choosing between paying their bills and putting food on the table for their family. But instead of focusing on these critical items, we're wasting time and money fighting the public comment and subverting the will of the people, distracting people with partisan dog whistles and rhetoric. We need to get back to supporting our public institutions, help our businesses, senior citizens, and families and children help thrive and grow. I am Jean Sensi, and I'm asking for your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Susie.
It's just fun. This is it. That's it.
Okay. Maybe I should make up a bunch. I can tell I need my glasses on. Right. Oh, to all candidates. So I will begin with Jean and go to my left. How do you feel about issue one and why? Jean?
That's the issue one?
Concord was issue 2. So it would be state issue 1. 1 minute.
Gerrymandering?
Gerrymandering, 1 minute.
So I guess I will start out by saying vote yes for issue 1, to stop the cheat, to stop drawing the lines so that certain parties have a favorable vote within each of the community, get back to the business of being fair and square. So yes, my short but sweet vote yes on issue 1. It is critically important to all candidates now and in the future, for all issues, for any levies, for anything that we put out there. You gotta end this. So vote yes. It's very confusing, but vote yes if you want to stop the cheat. Thank you.
I'm going to say I disagree with Jean. I'm not sure what issue 1 helps or hurts any party. What we can do is carve out sections of our community that would be along with Cleveland or other like communities, so we can have Painesville with the large swath that goes to other communities, and it'll split our community in half. I don't want to see that happen, because we should be Lake County, we should be what's good for our county, and we should be looking out for our needs as a county and local, and not what I don't want to get forgotten by. If we're put in with a bigger city, they're going to forget us, and the attention goes to the city, and I see that happen in Nowak and other things that I'm involved with now, so that's what I know about it.
Well, let me first say that it's not an issue that comes before the clerk of courts. However, I think we all know that there's a lot of money, outside money that's come in to the state of Ohio for this issue for a lot of political reasons. You know that the Democrats generally support issue 1, and Republicans generally don't. You're all intelligent, you can surmise, I'm sure why. If not, you can see all the commercials and whatnot. I don't personally know enough about it. I work with a lot of lawyers, I've heard arguments for and against, so I wish I could give you a more educated answer, but they're been concentrated on the clerk of court questions and issues.
Like Carl said, it does not affect my office that I'm running for, so I'm going to politely decline to give a response to the answer, but I am voting yes on issue 1.
I know a little bit about this. It's absolutely no on issue 1. No, no, no. You guys have heard about no taxes without representation. You don't want your districts drawn without representation. What they want to do is put gerrymandering into the Constitution permanently and have
That's not right, Nick.
and have
That's not right.
appointed you.
Let her speak, please.
They want to appoint a commission to draw the lines without the people voting on their representatives and have a
It's not right.
majority
It's not right.
represent the people. So to me, absolutely. And it's a 33-page bill. I mean, it's 33 pages too, so what's in all of that? Anyway, so absolutely for me is no on issue 1. Thank you.
And that was all of the questions in the box, correct? Oh, okay, do you want to bring that forward, please? Okay, our last question of the evening. Thank you. I guess this would be for the commissioners. Why is a new county jail being built in the middle of Painesville? Since you're a seated commissioner, I'll have you begin, Mr. Rivers.
Number one is we own the land there, and we've dealt with the city of Painesville, where the current jail is, they've been there now, and it's a big economic positive for the city of Painesville with all the salaries that we pay in our sheriff's department and everything else, that they get all that income tax out of the salary, so the city of Painesville's for it. It's close to our court system, so we're not having to drive the guest prisoners back and forth to court, go through different cities or throughout the county, when they can just go across the street. So.
about $205 million, largest capital project that we've had in Lake County. I know they have about $75 million, hopefully with some more interest payments that they can get up to 85 million already. So the rest will be on loan on their bonds. So my question is, as a citizen listening to the commissioners' meetings and now finding myself as a candidate, I need to know more as far as who's paying for this? How are we going to pay for this in the future? I get that we can get this loan and everything, but now you're talking there's going to be an extra line item in this budget for a loan payment to be made at $8 to $9 million yearly. We're already stretched as far as we can go. They're talking no new taxes, so where is these dollars coming from? What frightens me is cutting of services, cutting of employment for jobs to pay for this. Not saying it's going to happen, but one logical thought would be it might happen. So we got to think like this, right?
Okay, having no more questions, I'm thankful that you're getting me home a little earlier than I expected. I really appreciate all of you coming out to be informed. I certainly appreciate all the candidates. As I said, they're going to see a lot of me this month. So I appreciate them putting up with me for Judge, I just clicked on his name. He said, "You're killing me, Beth." And I said, "Well, I'm here with you, so I'm going to kill you." Yeah. So I hope you all have a safe trip home. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for being good citizens.